Hi, welcome to today's video. I don't know what this video is yet. A new op shop's opened up and I want to go check it out. There are a few things in particular that I'm looking for, but I really don't know what there's going to be, and that's probably going to shape the rest of this video. I'm looking for some clothes to wear in the warmer weather. My body has changed a lot since last summer and I don't have a lot to wear. Today is nearly 30 degrees and getting dressed was kind of a struggle. I did settle on what I call my housewife strawberry dress. So this is what we're wearing. But I'm looking for a dress, a few dresses maybe, maybe some like nice tops. I would love some skirts, but I have never found good skirts at a thrift store. Who knows, maybe today's the day that changes. I've had a list for quite a while of books I'm looking for secondhand. They're not things that I'd go to the store and buy, but if I see them secondhand, I'll pick them up. Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters was on this list until very recently. I did find a copy. It's a different cover than the rest of my series, so if I do see the cover that matches my series, I might pick it up, but that is not a priority. I like to pick up classics secondhand. I have a list that I would like. I want to find some Jane Austen. I want to find Sylvia Plath. And then general poetry and classics. I really struggle to pay full price for them in stores when I know that they are like all over secondhand stores. All the classics I have, I've bought secondhand. So yes. I also would like to find some of my favorite books to annotate. I'm hoping that I can find a copy of Red, White and Royal Blue. It was big during quarantine. Maybe people have cleared out their stuff. Maybe I can find a copy. I really want to annotate Red, White and Royal Blue, but I don't want to mark up my copy. So that's on the list. But I really don't know what to expect from this thrift store. I know it's big, but I don't know how well stocked it's going to be. So I guess I will go. I might have a couple of clips from in there, but I really don't like filming in public, and I will see you back here with whatever I bought. Welcome to my bedroom floor. It is the next day. I didn't film while I was actually at the thrift store because there were people around. It felt weird. I couldn't do it. But I wanted to show you what I got. I think this video is going to be a haul because I did buy way more than I should have. But it's all really cool stuff. So I also want to apologize if you can hear a bunch of noise. It's super windy today and wind absolutely echoes through this house and makes my wall shake. And there's nothing I can do about it. There it goes. There's nothing I can do about that, so we just kind of need to ignore it. I'm so used to it that I barely even hear it anymore, so let's just get into it. I did go away for a weekend a few weeks ago and picked up some things from op shops while I was there that have relevance to this haul, so I just want to show you that stuff because it's all connected. I saw this at an op shop and honestly, I felt like it was meant to be. This is a copy of Journey to the Center of the Earth, the novel. It's a novelization of a children's movie that I loved as a child. It was my favorite movie. It was my first celebrity crush on the young Josh Hutcherson. And it's still so good. I watch it a lot still. It's a kid's book. I'll read it in like an hour probably, but I saw it and I needed to have it. So I have this now. This is not relevant to the haul, but I'm really excited about this and wanted to talk about it. I also picked up Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters. I did mention this earlier in the video. I was looking for a new copy because this does not match the cover of my Percy Jackson books. I have these covers. The camera's not going to focus. I've been trying, so we're just kind of going to move ahead. They're the shiny, like metallic version of these ones. They've got like the matte spine, shiny metallic front. I found those three all at once. They were all together. They're all very clearly from the same store, like with the same like stickers. They were all donated at once. Great, awesome for me, worked out. Later I picked up a copy of The Lightning Thief. This is the movie cover though, so I am interested in finding the right cover of this, but it hasn't happened yet. I recently found this copy of Sea of Monsters. I'm planning on rereading the Percy Jackson series. I'm actually, like, I've started it. I'm reading The Lightning Thief. And I've wanted a copy of Sea of Monsters, so I picked this up. I had never seen this type of cover before. Turns out they're from the UK. I also bought just a little bag of buttons. You're not going to see them. They're fairly cute. I did go through them and get rid of all the random junk that was in there, because whenever you buy buttons secondhand, there's always random stuff in there. But yes, those are the things I bought last time. And it is relevant to this current haul. So let's begin the current haul. Yes, let's go. I bought Sea of Monsters again because it's what I thought was the matching cover. I now realize it is definitely not. So these are very different covers, and I didn't notice it at the time. So now I own 2 wrong copies of Sea of Monsters. I'm just going to settle with what I've got. I was also going to get a copy of The Lightning Thief, but it was really beat up and I didn't need it. So we'll go through the rest of the books later. I want to end on books because that's the stuff I'm the most excited about. I did not find any dresses or any summer clothes like I was hoping. I didn't find any clothes at all, really. I got 1 t-shirt and I made the mistake of putting everything in the wash. Kind of forgot I was going to film this, so I can't show you the t-shirt right now. I'm sure I'll include like photos or videos of it. It's a tour shirt from the 1975. I've never seen them live, but I really enjoy their music and saw the shirt and got it. There was a lot of clothes, but, and this is something that I think a lot of people have experienced as a plus size person, there's not a lot that like I want to wear. It's a lot of very tacky plus size stuff because companies still haven't learnt that even though I'm fat, I still want to like dress cute. I also can't show you the fabric I bought because it's also in the wash. Again, very poor planning on my part. I really like sewing. I bought some fabric. Maybe I'll make a video at some point using it. I do want to make some like skirts and things, so I'm sure it'll get used. I also got a very large bag of buttons. I haven't gone through it and cleared it out yet. There's a lot of junk in here. There are a few cute buttons though. I do love like big gold buttons. So yes, I mean for $3 it's pretty good. Buttons. Now, I did find something that I think is really cool. And it is just like a big old leaf. The camera won't pick it up properly because it's velvety, but it's just like a big leaf. I don't know if it's like a blanket or if it would be considered a pillow. If it's a pillow, it's a very flat pillow. But I thought it was just adorable. First of all, it's my favorite shade of green, so like it's like it was meant to be, and it's like the perfect thing to like drape on a bed. My cat always sits on my bed, so I have some blankets for her to sit on there, and as it gets warmer, I want them gone. So I thought this would be like a good cat bed on my bed. That's a lot easier to clean than like my entire doona, right? A lot of people collect records, which I think is really cool. I have my fair share of them. I have bought 2 new records in my life. Most of my records are just like old from op shops, a couple of dollars here and there, because I really like classical music. I love the vibe. I can't explain it. I just love it. So I did pick up some more classical music. These are all part of, I guess, the same like series, like the best of classical artists. We have Beethoven, Strauss, Mozart, and Tchaikovsky. I definitely said at least one of them wrong. I haven't tried them yet to see if they work. So they might be like totally scratched up, but they were $2 each. So it's like not too bad if they don't fully work, because even just like, I think they're really pretty. I've kind of sped through everything because I just really want to talk about the books. But other than Percy Jackson, these are the books I got. They are all fairly old. I haven't been able to date them all. That's something I do. Whenever I thrift old books, I like to try and find when they were printed. And I can't find that for some of them. Some of them are very recent, like 90s, but yes. So, for this, just a plain black hardback, it is The Penguin Book of Modern Fantasy by Women. I have a few kind of fantasy collections that I don't use as reference, but I guess I like to read short fantasy stories while working on my own fantasy. I'm working on a very big story, not right now because I'm doing NaNoWriMo, but I'm working on a fantasy, and so I like to read other fantasy to kind of see the general idea of fantasy. You know, what are the common tropes? What are people doing? What can I do, or how can I do it differently? And the fact that this is all fantasy by women is really cool to me. So yes, this is just almost like a reference book for me. I've always wanted a copy of Frankenstein, so I picked up this collection of 3 Gothic novels. It includes Frankenstein, which is good, Vathek and the Castle of Otranto. I've never heard of that one. But yeah, I thought, why get one when I can get 3? I think it was someone's school book because the Castle of Otranto has been annotated. But yeah, I don't know. I just love kind of older copies of books. This isn't very old, but the pages are like burnt. It's from the 80s, so. Next, we have this very water damaged and it's seen better days. It is a copy of Hans Andersen's fairy tales, and it's quite old. You can just kind of tell by the way it is. I haven't been able to find a date on it, but I love little fairy tales and things. I've wanted to get some Andersen, and I've been looking for some old, like, Grimm's fairy tales and things. But yes, I found this one. I also got this very adorable little copy of Alice in Wonderland. I find it kind of interesting that the spine says Alice in Wonderland, but then, like, the title page obviously says Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. I've never seen, like, a book that puts just, like, a straight up different title on the spine. I haven't been able to date this one either. I don't think it's, like, crazy old, but it's quite cool. I feel like everyone knows of Alice. But this last book is the one I'm most excited about, mostly because I have an imagination and have now imagined this book's history. An author I often look for secondhand is Oscar Wilde. I don't currently own any Wilde, but I did find this old copy. The spine has completely faded, but if I hold it at an angle I can kind of see, and obviously the title page has the same information, but it's Oscar Wilde's Selected Works and something else it says. But it is an old copy. It was printed in 1946, and it actually, this is the part that makes me just like feel so, I don't know the word to explain it, but it has an inscription on the cover. I have a few old books with inscriptions, and it just, I don't know, it doesn't freak me out, but it just makes me think about, like, who were these people? And like what is their story with this book? So the inscription reads, "With thanks for your help, Hugh, 24/5/47. This was gifted to someone in 1947. And because it is Wilde, I can't help but imagine like what kind of people were maybe gifting this book, and I kind of build up a story in my mind of that. But I really treasure this now. Like, I just got it and it's already like my favorite thing that I own. There is a part at the start before you get to like the actual content in the book, and it's some dates in the life of Oscar Wilde, and it includes like his arrest and like the details of that. And I just kind of think, like, in the 40s, where was society at? And like, what was the opinion of something like this? Were people, I don't know, I struggle to find the words. Maybe one day I'll find them and be able to talk about this in a more educated way, but right now this is just something that feels really cool to own. So yeah, it's gonna go on my shelf and I'm gonna take good care of it. It's really fragile. The binding has kind of come undone. But yes, those are the things that I bought. Overall, the new op shop, it was huge, but a lot of that was clothes. It was size inclusive, I suppose, but there wasn't really anything of quality in bigger sizes. So I stuck to the books. There were so many books. It was so good. There were a lot of books that I picked up and put back down. So those are all of the things that I bought. I love buying things secondhand. It feels like everything has a story behind it. Even modern books, like Percy Jackson, like someone read this. It's been loved, clearly. It's all wet, so in my mind, someone like had it with them by a pool. I imagine a kid was like on a holiday with their family and it got wet by a pool or something like that. But I just really like owning things secondhand because it makes them so much more interesting. But that's all I have for today. If you like this video, you can give it a like, you can subscribe to see my other content. I'm currently doing NaNoWriMo, so I am uploading vlogs for that if you're interested. But that's all for today, and I'll see you next time. Bye.